Hello guys, my name is Kevin Shisia. I'm a fitness coach at Momentum Gym. Today I'm going to take you through an introductory section of boxing. This includes the 6 basic punches and stance and how to tie a hand wrap. Okay, the first thing before we start, we're going to tie our hand wraps. Okay, this is your hand wrap. Okay, you have so many versions of tying hand wraps. This is my favorite, one of my favorite. So you start with your knuckles, you keep the loop in, you start with your knuckles, you go 1, 2 times, you go to your wrist, 2 times again, depends on the length of your hand wrap. You go on your thumb, back to your wrist. Now you go between your pinky finger, yeah, back to your knuckles, go to your wrist again, and every time you tie, try to make a fist just to ensure that it's not too tight. Go back to your knuckles again, through your finger, back to your knuckle. You go to your wrist 2 times again, back to your knuckles, and finish with your wrist. So you're going to do the same on the other hand. Okay guys, the reason as to why tying hand wrap is one of the most important things in boxing, because you're going to be using your knuckles, so it's good to cushion your knuckles and your wrist, okay? Especially if you're going to hit a bag and the bag is heavy and it's your first time and you don't have, let's say, maybe good quality gloves. It's always important to cushion your knuckles and keep your wrist really tight. There is a second step which is very important as well. It is your stand. That's where your boxing starts, okay? Now you start by positioning your feet slightly your shoulder width apart, okay? Your leading foot slightly facing in, your back foot slightly facing, let me say, 80 degrees angle, okay? You have to slightly bend your knees, okay? So that when you're throwing your punch, to go easy on your knee, you just turn and throw your punch. When you're throwing a jab, for example, it's easy for you because your knees are slightly bent. And don't forget this, try to keep much of your weight, like 60% of your weight on your back foot, so that you're not thrown off balance, especially when you're throwing your power shot, which is your cross. Okay, this is a stance for people who are right-handed. If you're a left-handed, you switch, okay? This becomes your jab, this becomes your power punch. Once you're in a stance, the second thing you want to do is to keep your guard. This is the position you'll be in when you're not punching, okay? So make sure your both elbows are guarding your ribs and your liver. You should slightly tuck your chin down, okay? Then you slightly twist your body to reduce the surface area, okay? So the first punch you're going to start with is a jab. When you're throwing a jab, your jab is supposed to travel on a straight line, okay? From your chin, straight line. Make sure before you hit the target, you twist your arm. So make sure you're hitting with the knuckles, okay? From here, boom. Make sure you're using your knuckles. From here, boom. Same line you use to throw your punch, you should pull back to your chin, okay? A jab is one of the most important punches in boxing. One, you use your jab to measure it's a good range finder, okay? With a good jab, it will help you set up everything, okay? For example, if you want to throw, before you initiate your cross, you start with your jab, like to measure the distance, how far is the target, okay? You throw a jab, jab, then we go with a cross. Our second punch is to or across. This is like your main weapon when you're in a fight, okay? After throwing a jab, you're going to throw a cross, okay? With this punch, you can use much power because of the hip movement and the momentum, okay? So when you're throwing a cross, same thing, you have your stance. When you're throwing a cross, make sure your punch, the power of your punch originates from your foot to your hip, shoulder, before you throw a punch. So from here, this is how you're going to throw your punch. You start from your foot, boom, okay? Again, before you hit the target, make sure you twist your arm. Before you just hit the target, you twist your arm so that you're using your knuckles. And make sure when you're throwing your cross, your jab should be here at all times, guarding your chin, okay? So from here, boom, okay? Boom. Again, straight line. Straight line. You hit and pull back. Don't forget, hit and pull back. So your guard should be always here. When you're throwing across, back. You throw across, pull back. Okay guys, the third technique I'm going to show you applies to both punch. That means left and right, which is a hook, okay? When you're throwing a hook, again, you go into your guard, okay? Don't forget this, guys, okay? Now, this one, before you throw a punch, you have to slightly lift your elbow before you initiate the punch. So from here, you lift your elbow and punch. Lift your elbow and punch. Don't lift your elbow too early because again you'll be exposing your ribs. Don't do this, okay? So from here, before you throw a punch, boom, it should be one move. Once you lift your elbow, there you go. When you're punching, don't forget this again. It's like you're punching through something. Don't stop here, okay? It's like you're punching through something. Again, you need to twist, okay? You need to twist. You need to twist. You lift your elbow up. So it's like you're punching through something, okay? From here, okay? Back to your guard, okay? If you're doing it faster, back to your guard. Back to your guard, okay? So it's like you're punching through something. Don't stop here. Don't stop here. Go. Okay, for the punch number 5 and 6, which is an uppercut, again applies to both punches, your left and your right, okay? Now when you're throwing an uppercut, again, don't forget these guys, you keep your guard. Okay, now when you're throwing your uppercut, it's like you're lifting. Now this one, you don't focus on twisting. You focus on, it's like you're pushing your hip up and driving your shoulder into something. Now from here, you see that I'm lifting my hip and it's like I'm driving my shoulder into something. So from here, okay. Okay. So from your chin, you don't need to drop before you throw. Just from here, boom, you go. From here, boom, you go. Okay guys, this was an introduction video for beginners. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for your time. See you in the next video.